Alex, sorry about the start. What's up, guys? So each other boss because we found 2008, and today I'm going to do a review on Rio 2. Came out 2014, same year as Amazing Spider-Man 2, Big Hero 6, the Lego Movie, How to Train Dragon 2, the Peanut, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, Penguins of Madagascar, Transformers: Edge of Extinction, Accelera. So basically, what the plot is, takes place after a lot more than after the first movie left off. Blue and Joe are just like living their lives, and they have like 3 new kids, and Linda. Hang on, guys. Yeah, sorry about that back saying. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, yeah, Linda and Julio went out to the Amazon. They found blue feathers and found out that there are way more blue birds, and Joe and Blue aren't the only ones. So then they all go out to the Amazon and try to meet all these new birds, and they're trying to start a new life in Amazon. But Blue, sorry, just couldn't get used to it because she reunites with her father and her family, and then an old friend of theirs has returned called Nigel. He's still alive, but he cannot fly ever again. He's a flightless bird, and he sees Blue, and he plans to get his revenge. And there's this other villain called Big Boss, and he's planning to destroy the Amazon. That's basically where the plot is. Now, guys, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I actually still like this movie to this day. That's right. I actually still like this movie to this day. Now, you all might be surprised and all that, but honestly, nowadays, I still like this movie. I know a lot of people hate this movie, which I don't understand why, but honestly, nowadays, but honestly, I actually still like this movie to this day. And I remember seeing this movie in the cinemas back in 2014, and I actually loved it. But yeah, sure, this movie is not as, like, amazing as the first movie, I will admit, but honestly, this is still an underrated movie. This movie's an underrated gem, in my opinion. So the storyline in this movie is great. I really like the storyline. The animation is pretty good. And we had the characters, we had Blue, Joe, yeah, they're still great characters. And then we have the kids. Then we have the hang on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Back to saying. Then we have the new characters, Carla, Baya, and Tiago. Honestly, they're great. They were great triplets. I really like those characters. And then we have the original characters. We have Raphael. Yeah, he's still a great character. I'm not talking about Raphael from Ninja Turtles. I'm talking about the bird right there. Yeah, he's a great character. Then we have Pedro and Nico, I think the name is. Yeah, Pedro and Nico. Yeah, they're still my favorite characters in this movie. They're like really, yeah, Pedro and Nico are still my favorite characters in the movie. And honestly, Jamie Foxx was honestly a great singer, because honestly, he actually sang in the end of the movie, in the end of this movie. And honestly, Jamie Foxx was a great singer. He was a really great singer. And then we have Nigel. Yeah, he's still a great villain. I still like Nigel, although I know he wasn't really in this movie that much. But he's still a great villain. And then we have the Pointless Frog. Gabby. Not talk about, yeah, Gabby. Yeah, Gabby, yeah, she's a funny character, I guess. She's funny. And then we have Charlie, the anteater. Yeah, he's a great character. Then we have other characters. That we have Joel's dad. Honestly, I know he was a bit thingy. Eduardo. I'm not talking about Eduardo from Ed's World. I'm talking about Eduardo from Joel's dad. Yeah, he was a great character. I liked him. He's basically like the Spock from Ant Bully, if you know what I mean. Like the character from the Ant Bully. The one with like that kept looking for like gems and all that, and called Lucas the Destroyer. Yeah, that character. Yeah, he sort of reminds me of him a bit, if you know what I mean. And then we have Linda and Julio. Honestly, they were still great characters in this movie. I like them. Now, I know I like all the songs as well. All the songs were great. The ending song of this movie was the best. Like, it's the ember we treasure, come from the jungle to you. Yeah, that was a great song. And I will admit, the only thing against this movie, well, I have a couple. It's that the character from the first movie, Fernando. Honestly, he only appeared in like one scene. He was not even in this movie that much. He only appeared in like one scene, and honestly, that kind of sucked in my opinion. I mean, like, they should have like did like a scene where like he visits the Amazon, meets all the new birds, and like sees Blue, Linda, and then sees Nigel getting arrested, like getting brought back to Rio. Honestly, seeing with like Tulio and Linda on the news. Honestly, they should have done that, in my opinion. And honestly, And another negative about this movie is that Blue and Nigel didn't like reunite each other until the end of the movie. I was like, what the hell? Like, seriously, like, why did they have to reunite with each other at the end of the movie? Why didn't they reunite it early in the movie? Like, you know the scene where they're like playing like the soccer, like football game in America they call it soccer, but in the UK we call it football. Yeah, they were playing football, and then when Drago said to Blue, "It's not a game, it's war." Yeah, honestly, after all the birds left and after Joel left, we honestly should have seen. Honestly, Nigel should have appeared in that scene where he says hello, Blue, and he sees Nigel, or maybe he flies out in the forest. He sees Nigel there, and he said hello, Blue, and then and he's like, Nigel, you're alive? How's this possible? Yeah, honestly, they should reunite in that scene instead of like the end of the movie, where an explosion happens and then they both open their eyes and they see each other, and they're only on scene for each other for like 5 minutes. Honestly, that was just really pathetic. Like, seriously, like when villains come back in sequels and reunites with like the main character, honestly, they always do it earlier on in the movie. Like, I mean, not always, but like seriously, like they didn't reunite each other in the movie was kind of pointless. Like, but yeah, but Nigel should have had a lot more screen time in this movie. Oh, there was a new villain called Big Boss. My opinion on that villain, honestly, I don't really care about that villain, Big Boss. Honestly, he was a weak villain. I did not like him at all. I never really liked that character to begin with. Not even when I saw this movie in cinemas back in 2014. The Big Boss villain, honestly, he was just not. I didn't really like him. He's basically the Tammy from Rick and Morty of Rio 2, in my opinion, if you know what I mean. Because yeah, you all know my thoughts on Tammy from Bob's Burgers. She's honestly the worst character. I mean, not Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty. Sorry, I always get mixed up because they're both named Tammy. Like, I like Tammy from Bob's Burgers. She's a great character, but I just hate Tammy from Rick and Morty. Yeah, Tammy, you all know how much I hate Tammy from Rick and Morty. She's like the worst character in Rick and Morty, which thank God she doesn't appear anymore. But I do like her daughter though. Her daughter's not actually pretty funny. If you've seen season 8, you'll probably know what I mean. But yeah. But anyway, now Rio 2, honestly, what can I... Besides that, I give this movie... Overall, guys, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie. Honestly, I love the scene where they're like traveling to the Amazon and there was a song playing. Oh Gita, da. I don't know the words, but honestly, that's a great song. And I love the montage where they're trying to get to Amazon. It was funny as. And I love the nighttime scene where where it was dark and the kids were trying to sleep. And then Raphael was trying to sleep, and then Pedro and Nico had to hold him all night long. Honestly, that was so freaking funny. I couldn't stop laughing at that. And honestly, and Louise, honestly, he should have had a lot more screen time in this movie. Like, him getting left behind was really sad, but at least got to the Amazon at the end, and I think he lives in the Amazon now. Yeah, and honestly, so yeah, overall, guys, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie. It's a great sequel. I enjoy it. It's not as amazing as the first movie I'll admit, but it's still a great movie. If you guys hate this movie, I can totally have your opinion, but me, I like this movie. Although there's one YouTuber that hates this movie. That's Mike Plus Fanboy. But yeah, if you go and watch this rant if you want to, which yeah. And honestly, I think there was originally going to be a third Rio movie, but honestly, I think the movie got scrapped. I don't even know. I think there was originally going to be a Rio 3, but honestly, I don't know how Rio 3 would even work anyway, because they all moved to the Amazon at the end, and they started living in the Amazon. They all started living in the Amazon, and then, but at the end, they say we'll vacate in like Rio like every like summer or something. Which honestly, they could have at least made like a mini series of this or like a TV show for Rio. Honestly, because that would actually been a great idea. Yeah. But yeah, like, so yeah, thank you all for watching this review. Like I said, it gives me a 9 out of 10, pretty good movie. A 9 out of 10, pretty good movie. So thank you all for watching this review, and goodbye.